in the presence of all who hold us. Hi, I'm Patricia. Before recorded history, humans knew singing as a deep source of power. Power to change, power to heal, power to be present with what is. Right here, right now, we are remembering the ancient gift of song, using modern tech to help us tap into resilience and capacity in chaotic, difficult times. It's so simple. We sing with our own voices exactly the way they show up, creaky, smooth, me in my marigold yellow basement, you exactly where you are right now. Today's song, Gather, We Are Not Alone, by Joanna Laws Landis, is the 154th song you can find at abreathofsong.com, each with the permission and blessing of a song carrier. Every fifth episode, there's an in-depth conversation with one of those huge-hearted people who, like you and me, is using song to help navigate life. So next week, that would be Joanna Laws Landis herself. I can't wait for you to hear our conversation. It touches on all kinds of stuff and gets very personal at times. Not because you need to necessarily know a whole bunch of personal things about us, but because it helps you tap into your personal self. You can explore the growing library at abreathofsong.com. Join our subscribers for emails that light up your inbox. All of this presence becoming, change-generating power of song starts with the body and breath. That's where we're going right now. By stretching, lengthening, you check in with your body. What does it need today? Does it need shaking? Does it need jiggling? Does it need, slow, long exploration, folding, unfolding, widening, loosening. Find the movements that feel good in your muscles and ligaments and skin and bones. And as you start doing this, go ahead and start noticing the breath as it comes in, how it can widen your rib cage. And as it goes out, let it carry something. And let it come in, widening your belly and maybe your back. And releasing out. And again, feeling it deepen into your pelvis. And releasing. Say back to me. Shh, 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 shh. Su. Zoo. Sa. Sa. Lo. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Yeah, there you go. Fabulous. This song starts with a melody that zippers. We gather with something in the presence of all who hold us. We gather with whatever that thing is in the presence of love. So I'll give you a couple of examples, but it can be shifted to whatever you feel you're arriving with in that moment. We gather with courage in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with courage in the presence of love. So I'm going to sing that through again. We gather with courage in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with courage in the presence of love. Yeah? How about with our fears? We gather with our fears in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with our fears in the presence of love. Again, we gather with our fears in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with our fears in the presence of love. With awareness. We gather with awareness in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with awareness in the presence of love. Goodwill. We gather with goodwill in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with goodwill in the presence of love. Laughter. Let's try it. We gather with laughter in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with laughter in the presence of love. So you can imagine how that goes. And as we start singing those things, maybe we become more and more aware of the fact that we are not alone. So if you'd like, you can keep singing that. We gather with, maybe go back to courage. We gather with courage in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with courage in the presence of love. So you do that again. Here you go. We are not alone here. We are not alone. How did that go? You may have gotten sucked over into what I was doing, and that's absolutely fine. Let me tell you what I was doing now. It's we are not alone, just several times. It starts do. So if the melody starts on we gather, do, this is the note that we're going to start on. We are not alone here. We are not alone. And then there are ways we could harmonize that, starting on that do, that note that we ended up on. We are not alone here. We are not alone. You want to try that with me? Let's try it. We are not alone here. We are not alone. Isn't that a beautiful in-between note? Do, do, do. Try that. Do, do, do. It's very satisfying. And then there's another harmony. Do, do. Starting down here. We are not alone here. We are not alone. You want to try that one? We are not alone here. We are not alone. Yeah, so I want you to imagine this song together with a group of people. You could build those things up. Some people could be singing, we gather with courage, we gather with our fears, we gather with our hopes, we gather with our joys, whatever people want to be gathering with. Some people could be singing, we are not alone. It could be building up in the harmonies. But I have just me and my looper. So what I'm going to do right now is sort of set a groundwork and then sing We Gather a bunch of times. And then I'm going to leave that and I'm going to build up the We Are Not Alone with the invitation to you to continue singing We Gather or to join me on the We Are Not Alone sections, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, just do what feels right as we're singing. Dung, 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 dung. Dum 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 dum. Courage. Let's start with courage. We gather with courage in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with courage in the presence of love. our fears. We gather with our fears in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with our fears in the presence of love. Awareness. We gather with awareness in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with awareness in the presence of love. With our songs, we gather with our songs in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with our songs in the presence of love. With confusion, we gather with confusion in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with confusion in the presence of love. You name something. We gather with in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with in the presence of love. Let's do that one again. We gather with in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with in the presence of love. Let's go back to courage and repeat it a couple of times. We gather with courage in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with courage in the presence of love. We gather with courage in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with courage in the presence of love. We are not alone here. We are not alone. We gather with courage in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with courage in the presence of love. We are not alone here. We are not alone. We are not alone here. We are not alone. Awareness. We gather with awareness in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with awareness in the presence of love. We are not alone here. We are not alone. We are not alone here. We are not alone. With our voice, we gather with our voice in the presence of all who hold us. Gather with our voice in the presence of love. We are not alone here. We are not alone. We are not alone here. We are not something I need reminding of sometimes. I'm so glad you're singing with me. I'm going to take a pause before we sing the song again because science shows that our brains remember better that way. While we are paused, let me remind you that this podcast is available to you today because of the generous contributions of many people. This wouldn't be happening without those contributions. I really appreciate it. Supporting the Song Library is easy. You can contribute to the Gratitude Jar page at abreathofsong.com. I used this song as we gathered a Breath of Song retreat this year because I love the way it both gathers us with the people present and the larger context of the land, the ancestors who hold us as well, the other non-human beings. I also loved being able to bring in and welcome both our courage and our fears, naming, accepting, honoring all parts of ourselves, including the parts that maybe sometimes we feel shame around feeling, like uncertainty or petulance, or the parts that we want to shut down but maybe could benefit from being held. Joanna and I talk a lot about that next week. I hope you'll get a chance to listen. When I see those parts of myself with real loving kindness, I'm more likely to make space for other people's full selves. And I'm more likely to participate fully in whatever I'm engaged in. I'm more able to change. I'm more able to grow. All of that stuff. Please feel free to sing, gather, We Are Not Alone with me here as often as you like. And if you're inspired to share it on, Joanna says you're welcome to share and teach the song in community settings, and she always welcomes financial support when it's available. Please contact her for recording and or performing permission. So should we sing it again? Help our brains and bodies retain it. You can call in whatever you want to feel. We'll start with me singing a blank one where you're calling something in, and then maybe I'll call out a few for us to share together. Ready? Here we go. We gather with in the presence of all who hold us, gather with in the presence of love. Let's go to courage. We gather with courage in the presence of all who hold us, gather with courage in the presence of love. To whatever you want. Not alone here, we are not alone. We gather in the presence of all who hold us, gather with me in the presence of love. We are not alone here. We are not alone. We are not alone here. We are not alone. Thank you for joining me today on A Breath of Song. Thank you for taking care of yourself and listening to your voice. I believe making a better world starts with tuning into ourselves and each other, which is what we just did. So yay, us. Let a friend know about the show so they can join too, and next time we'll plant another song. Until then, be well.